Real briefly, let's talk about aiming strategy. I've got a target at about 25 to 30 yards away. I'm going to fire two separate 3-round groups. One defaulting to center of what's most available on the target. The other one, I'm going to select a precise spot on the target, and we'll see what the difference is. Okay, so now we're up here at the target. This is my first 3-round group. And as you can see, everything is low on the A zone or below the A zone into the C zone. Now, the phenomenon that's actually happening here is because I have not selected a precise aiming strategy or a precise spot to place my vision and disciplining myself to hold my attention directly to the spot I really want to aim the shots at, I'll default to center of what's most available on the target. Center of what's most available, especially when we don't have things like pacers or things to really direct our attention to. In this case, farther distance away, it's really hard, if not impossible, to pick out the scoring zones on the target. So your brain defaults to center of what's most available. In this case, center of what's most available is the torso on the target, and that is center of the target as if the head box didn't even exist, because your brain says, hey, we're not aiming up here at the head box. We're going to place our eyes and place the sights at center of what's most available. So instead of this target being 18 inches by 26 inches tall, it ends up being about 18 inches by 20 inches. And so that becomes center of the entire target itself. The same thing happens when we don't pick out precise spots when we're at closer distances to put the bullets where we really want them to be, which is in the A zone, when we've got targets half occluded, or the A zone half occluded with like no shoots or hardcover, things like that. That's where the use of pacers or things to drive your attention to those particular spots in order to place the sights directly there becomes so critical. At farther distances, though, especially when there is no pacers on the target, like I said, our default is we're just going to place the sights in the middle of what's most available, and instead of getting alphas, a lot of times we end up just settling for maybe an Alpha Charlie or 2 Charlie, especially as the distance starts to get even further back. So it's imperative that I pick a spot in the upper third of the A zone, especially at further distances. You're going to feel like you are aiming off center of the target. Well, because you are. You've got to aim up high in order to take full advantage of that A zone. In this case, here was my first 3-round string. Here was my second 3-round string. You can see the difference between placing the sights, basically cutting the target directly in half, or placing my sights with my rear sight up in the upper third and being more disciplined to hold the sights there and return the sights to that particular spot. Anyway, I thought I would give this tip to you guys today, especially at further distances. Aim a little higher on your targets. Be deliberate and be disciplined to place your vision to an absolute precise spot on the target in order to achieve the success that you're looking for.